But so I'm back there and I go get in my bed and I'm thinking like I'm king of the castle again. I've got air conditioning and a private toilet and, a comfortable bed and a big TV and food that isn't pig slop. And I had the biggest smile on my face until I looked over next to me and I saw my wife wasn't in the bed next to me. And I looked across the hall and I could see my son's room and there was the shape of her. She made me say shape. I used to say the lump. And she said, please change that to shape. But the shape of her in the bed across the hall. And I thought, what are you smiling at, you idiot? Like maybe you'll be able to quit drinking, binge drinking like that. Maybe you'll be able to quit doing drugs, but you're still a terrible person. You still only care about yourself. Like, how are you going to be better? You don't even know where to start. And so I felt like I did in the cell and I wanted to call out to Christ and I didn't know how to do that because I'd never taken the Catholic faith seriously. I've been to tons of masses and purposely never paid attention. I received the Eucharist unworthily so many times. I never took that seriously either. And so the only thing I knew to do was, as a former Protestant, to pick up the Bible. So I opened the bedside table next to me, which was dumb because I didn't have a Bible in there. I should have gone to my wife's side of the room. There were probably 40. But I find Father Larry's book, Be a Man. And I saw where I'd read the first 3 pages and underlined it. And I sat up till 5:45 that next morning reading that book. I read the whole thing cover to cover that night. Angela woke up and said, what are you doing up? And rightly so. I mean, I was up at 5 in the morning and generally I'd been doing drugs before. So I said, Angela, it's not what you think. I know I've been sitting up all night praying and reading, and I know I need to be a better man, and I don't know where to start, but this book is helping me. I said, I'm going to be a better man. I know you don't take it seriously, but I'm going to be a better man. That first year, I read 40 or 50 Catholic books. I had a priest take me under his wing. He's the one that showed me the true presence of Christ. He's the one that made me believe in it. He took me to confession after I went into the church to hide from the world when all my customers found out. And I was in there sobbing during Mass, and everything he did was speaking to me. He called me up to receive the Eucharist, and he looked at me, and he said, John, I didn't even know he knew my name, the pastor of my church. And he said, this is the body of Christ. And it hit my hand. It was like lightning shot all over my body. Something changed within me that day. I went back to pray, and then he comes up, and I'm sobbing, and he touches me on the shoulder, and he says, John, what are you doing here? Which was a valid question, because I never went to daily Mass or a regular Mass by myself. He says, follow me. I start heading behind him. I realized we're tracking to the confessional, and I thought, man, I don't want to go in there. Last time I went in there, I got arrested. So we go in there. I tell him everything in my life, and I start beating up on myself. But you don't understand. You don't understand. Like, I'm a terrible person. You don't know what I've done. I've taken my kid to pick up drugs, and I've done all this stuff, and I'm a terrible human being.